Alright, kind of a response video to Armando, I know, whatever. Yeah, just doing a response because he's a nice guy, and I'll do a response video. We'll have a conversation about something that personally doesn't mean anything to me. This time thing, time, the word time. Everybody kind of like reacts to that word like it means something, like time is confusing or complicated. And it seems like so obvious, it's like time. Yeah, well, time passes because these material things, it takes time for them to do what they have to do, and that's time, And it doesn't seem so consistent. It's pretty reliable. It's there, It takes this much time for me to move this there, and that's it. So, okay, everything's relative to that, and time. So what? Yeah, okay, it's a progression thing. And then when you add consciousness into it, that seems sort of meaningless, just because it seems like our consciousness is always like right here in this moment. The subconscious is, yesterday and the day before and all that crap. But the part we're aware of seems like right now, this now. It doesn't seem any different, anywhere else. And there's some people like talking about it, so I'll talk about it. It seems like the whole thing has got a clock speed, like a computer. There's a clock, and everything's dependent on that clock doing the clocking thing, tick, 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 and things happen as it ticks. And that's sort of like what the universe is doing. It's got its own clock speed, like really, really fast though. But when you look at the whole matter thing and energy and time, maybe we're just drawing artificial lines. Maybe we're just not getting what is going on. I mean, it's hard to, build a universe in your head. I mean, the universe is a little bit complicated. It's not even that it's that complicated. It's high resolution. So there's lots of pixels. It's like there's lots of room for detail in there. I mean, you can pull one pixel and it's got a million pixels, and you pull one pixel and it's got a million pixels, and you just keep going. I mean, it's really, really got a depth of resolution, and that's what kind of makes it a little complicated. But I mean, if you really did pick it apart, I guess I'd look at it this way. I mean, we don't really interact with matter. I mean, these things all seem like matter, but I mean, the only way we see is by energy, what we call energy, undefinable matter, sort of unquantifiable kind of matter, bouncing off of something, and we interpret the response, the energy, and we see. And the same thing is likely happening with every interaction we have with matter. We're basically just we're interacting with consolidations of energy. I mean, all matter is basically like an incredible consolidation of energy. It's the whole Einstein thing. I mean, you could take a match, the head on a match, and it's got enough, nuclear power in it, to blow up the planet. So, I mean, there's a lot of energy inside of all matter. And that's basically what we're interacting with. It feels solid only because of the energy is creating a force that we with our energy can't interact with. That's the resistance, because both of the masses, the consolidations of energy, have a structure that's just impermeable, like magnetism or something, but very strong kind of a magnetism. I mean, it creates a barrier that can't be crossed. We can't compress the matter any further. We can't interact with its electrons. The resistance is in these strong and weak forces, the nuclear forces. And that's what it's really all made out of. And so it's all made out of this force thing, this energy thing. And then, so I would take that, a step back. And now we get back to the time thing. And as I have speculated, that maybe the whole universe is this fabric thing, three-dimension fabric, not a flat one, but a three-dimensional blah, 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 whatever. We can't really model something in our heads like that, but anyway, and all stuff is made out of some quantum, some little thing, and that little thing goes from one state to another state in a quantum of time. And so if you just thought about it like a bazillion dominoes or a bazillion little smushy things or something, just something that goes from one state to another state. and it only has maybe those two states, and then everything in the universe theoretically could just be made out of either compressing or expanding one of those quantums, and then how they interact each other. But the resolution you're talking about, just think of, like I said, a computer screen, and you just go in and in and in, and it gets smaller and smaller, smaller, deeper, 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 like a zillion times. That's the resolution the universe is at, and we're at this, this high end of it, where everything's made out of zillions and billions. Our fingertip or whatever, it's got millions and millions of things that make it up. Maybe a billion atomic particles. I don't know. Just the edge of our fingernail might be a billion atomic particles. So I mean, we're at this part of the universe that's so disconnected from that core part that's why it all seems I don't know, obtuse or incomprehensible, because we're really not living on that level. But anyway, that's how I would look at it. I just think time is just a structure of the universe. It's just the universe is made out of it, and matter and energy are just that time fabric being manipulated, changed, altered, and it's all vibrations through space in a way. Everything's just this, in essence, a vibration, a ripple through the space fabric, to put it in another metaphorical way. So anyway, something like that anyway, but I don't see the meaning of any of it. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with what we are and what's important to our existence here in the universe. It just doesn't matter. I think we can draw the conclusion the universe is going to do whatever it's going to do, and we're not going to have any say in it. I mean, the only thing we have a say in is what are human beings going to do, and we have a limited power to influence any of it. We're victims of the universe. We're not its destination. We're not relevant to the universe. We're only relevant to our circumstance, our just the incidental fact that we exist, and we can do something about that. But we're not going to... Discovering the mystery of the universe on those levels, on those layers, probably isn't going to do us any good. I mean, it's probably a waste of our energy and our time. But whatever. Can't stop people from whatever thinking what they're thinking. Or I wish they'd think better things to think, but it's the way it is. Green eggs and ham.